Hi everyone. It was nearly 3 weeks ago. I was watching Sean at Edible Acres, and he had a friend of his from silvertreeforest.com, Pete, and they were talking about wild wine cap mushrooms. And mushrooms in general is something we've been wanting to do something of, but it's just never come to fruition. Like last year or so, we cut up some big oak trees and we set those aside, but we never got to it. But Sean has a whole playlist on wine cap mushrooms, and finally clicked. I was gonna do it this time, so I bought a bag, and this came last week, but I never had the chance to do it, so it was just sitting in the garage. But today's the day. I'm gonna do the two methods, and it's not really that complicated. It's pretty basic. So I'm gonna plant this today, at least part of it. I'm gonna have to move around the property to find other places to put it. But it's 5 pounds, and it covers, what did it say, a 4x8 space fully. If you spread it thicker, then you'll get a larger harvest. If you thin it out, then it'll take a while. But you should expect harvest in the fall if you plant it in the spring. We're in, what is this, May 7th? So it's still a good time. It's still cool enough at nights. And just keep it moist. Keep it in the shade and keep it moist. Fits in the sun. Here we go. This first method is the simplest and most used. And it's basically just taking your area that's hopefully wood chipped already, nice and moist. There's already mycelial growth here because this patch is a year old. I'm just going to pull aside the chips until I get to some soil. And that's it. Cover it up. And got some more water to moisten the area more. Okay. This method needs a few more ingredients. I'm gonna use these paper bags. You can use cardboard. The mushroom likes cardboard, burlap sack, even old clothes that are either, I guess, cotton or wool, natural fibers. So we're gonna give the mushroom something to feed on, which in this case is some soil. And then I have a bit of ashes from the winter fire. There's some coals in there still. And then we put in our mushrooms. This one. Now I'm gonna layer another bag and do it all over again. Another layer. So the idea of this is that you can later on take chunks of this and spread it around the property. You can keep this mushroom going for a long time. Once you harvest the fruit, you can take the root system and plant that somewhere, and that will continue the generation over again. So this and oyster mushrooms are like the gateway mushrooms for us beginners. I have on order another mushroom, lion's mane, that we will be doing indoors, and we'll be getting that in a few weeks. The ashes aren't necessary, I just have it on hand. But definitely some kind of wood chips, if not soil, potting soil, earth soil. This is something, the stuff that the mushroom's going to be eating. That's how mushrooms grow, by eating the forest floor, turning wood into humus. Here's some evidence of breaking down wood chips. Of course, I don't know what kind of mushroom that is, so I'm not going to eat it. The forecast said we're going to get a little bit of moisture tonight, but otherwise I will water this more tomorrow. And it's going to be a pretty sunny week, so I'll come in here every couple of days and moisten it more. Keep it moist throughout the season. I felt that I was generous with that planting, but I still have a third of a bag left. Well, along with the nice weather comes the bugs, and so I'm being attacked now. So this is where I'll leave you. I also ordered strawberries with this bag, and I planted those, but it was not easy to do any filming for that. But I'll post a few seconds of clip here at the end. But thank you for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you all again soon. Happy growing. Bye. That's worm casting, azomite, just micronutrients, and then some compost and manure from the alpacas. Compost on top. Mix it in a little bit. Well, I gotta fill up all this sinkage. There's worms here, so I'm introducing that to this planter at least, somewhat. Alright. So these are very nice roots compared to the ones I got last year. But that was one of those end of the season sales and got all the runty pieces. And this one's in a lot better shapes. So there's the honey eye and the Galeata. I mean, you can't see it, but I took some of the soil back out and made a crevice into the planter. And now we will push the roots in towards the center. Yeah, I can't say planting in these things is very convenient. Alright, so we want to make sure the crown is high up, so we'll keep this as close to the top as we can get. Let's get that soil in there. Alright, let's dig these up for the chickens. Not very deeply rooted. Oh, it got in there. Alright, that's better. These are old ground cherry sticks, roots, and some mulch. Oh, we got worms in there. Nice, 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 nice. Fantastic.